I guess we've gotten a lot of the basic things out of the way of like your first visit to Japan. What if someone has a little bit more time and has been to Japan a few times? Where would you guys recommend that they go to?
Well, I mean, we did the Shimanami Kaido, which is on the cycling special.
Honestly,
Seto Naikai, like that inland sea area, is fucking
beautiful,
gorgeous,
fucking incredible. And I've really, since the cycling special, I really want to go back there. Like, I really want to go back there and do the route again. Basically, just look at just look at the cycling special and just look how fucking beautiful it was.
Because the best thing about it is that like you have all of like Hiroshima that's near there. You have right next to that there's a prefecture called Okayama. Where I went there for a video. There's this like little small town called Kurashiki, which is like this really fucking cool retro styled town. That's just basically just like this hill that overlooks the inland sea, and it's so fucking gorgeous. And then if you want to cross that inland sea and go to like Shikoku, you have places like Ehime, which is really like kind of down to earth and like kind of chill.
Shikoku's okay.
Shikoku's okay. It's not the most exciting thing, but like if you're a little bored of if you're a little bored of like the kind of whole city life of Tokyo and stuff like that in the main cities, that's really, really nice.
Yeah, and if watching the cycling special kind of like intimidated you, don't worry, you don't need to do the entire route in a day. If I was to do it again, I would definitely not do it in a day.
You can also rent a car and just drive across.
You can also rent a car, but if you also want to keep healthy, keep work out those muscles, then I do actually highly recommend the cycling route. I highly recommend you doing that in 2 days, maybe 3 days. Now that you think back, what do you think is like the optimal time you would recommend
I would
for
do
that
it in
route?
a day.
You would still do it in a day?
Yeah.
I reckon if I didn't want to be hurting, I'd say at least 2 days.
I think it was just annoying because we were filming. I think it would have been pretty fun if I could just power on.
There's a couple of like the islands in between where, admittedly, there isn't a whole lot going on, but like the first couple of islands, that's like closer to like Hiroshima. There's like still a really like cool like town vibe to it, and there's like a lot of like cool beaches there as well. So if you go there during the summer, there's some genuinely nice beaches there.
Depends how fit you are, I guess. If you really aren't fit at all, I wouldn't.
Yeah, maybe just stick to the first island.
Yeah.
But if you're somewhat active and you'll have no problem cycling, then I'd just do it all in one day. It's very.
You can also just cycle around Hiroshima as well.
Yeah. I mean, honestly,
really nice.
It's like some of the most beautiful views I've had in Japan.
Yeah,
I'm not saying a lot because a lot of Japan is photogenic as fuck. So it's a bit unfair. I mean, I guess sticking on that vein, if you want to go see Mount Fuji, I do recommend going to one of the lakes around there. I can't remember the name exactly, but like
Kawaguchiko.
Kawaguchiko.
Like Lake Kawaguchiko is just like you can also cycle around there. You can rent a bike. Me and Sydney have gone on a date where we've rented a bike and just cycled around the entire lake. It's kind of unfair where you go to a place and everything looks photoshopped, even though it's real. Like you take a picture there. We've taken a bunch of pictures there. I don't know. When was the last time we went there? Was the
when we went camping, right?
When we went camping,
and
Luke took a bunch of pictures, and we took a bunch of pictures, and everyone took a bunch of pictures,
and get a picture,
and no matter what, it was impossible to take a bad picture at that place.
It just looked like a postcard,
especially when it's clear.
Yeah.
Which it was when we went. We got very lucky.
Yeah,
but I don't know, because like I remember when we did the journey across Japan 2 to Mount Fuji.
Yeah,
a lot of people thought that by the end of it we had just like green screened ourselves in front of it because it just looked that good.
It's so weird being in that place, and you just like I literally look like. I literally feel like I'm looking at a green screen, or like this is a screensaver right now.
Like a desktop wallpaper.
Yeah, I'm looking at a screensaver.
I'm waiting for the pipes animation to start.
It's so surreal that a place can look that photogenic, but just exist in real life without any plugins or any Photoshop edits.
No RTX on.
No, no RTX on.
We'll say it's probably one of the places you might want to drive though. It's kind of annoying to go by train and stuff.
Yeah, there isn't a whole lot of train. I'd say like outside of the major cities like Osaka, Tokyo, Sapporo, and stuff like that.
Driving
is your best friend.
You literally you'll have such a hard time if you're trying to do it by public transport, as I'm sure Garnt probably is experienced, because you mainly do it all by public transport.
Right? Yeah. Actually, on that vein, I guess an app I highly recommend is the app that we use is Didi, which there is like a few taxi apps in Japan. Didi,
Taxi.
there's Go Taxi, but Didi is the most, I guess, foreigner friendly because it's all
English.
It's all English, so
accept any card.
Yeah, it will accept any card. With other apps, it's been really finicky with the types of cards that it will accept.
Japan Taxi and Go Taxi, whatever it is now. Oh
my
god,
it is.
I have a Japanese card and it just keeps denying it.
Really?
I have a Japanese card. Annoying. It denies it. I have
so annoying.
I have a foreign card. It denies it. I have like cards from like Thailand and the UK, and it's just like it doesn't want to accept anything. It doesn't want to accept anything. So I don't know what card it will accept. So yeah, I highly recommend Didi over Uber here. Would you say so? Because Uber,
I know you can use Uber if you want to.
Yeah, you can use Uber, but I think
whatever you're comfortable with.
Yeah, I think Didi is. I think there's more taxis on Didi. Yeah, and it's the best in between because Didi is not as popular as a Japanese app like Go Taxi, but it is still way more friendly if you.
Unfortunately, Uber is just not really a thing here.
No,
Uber Eats is.
Uber Eats is, but like the actual Uber service.
I know some people who use it religiously.
Yeah.
But mainly for food, I guess.
Yeah.
Also, hailing cabs is really, really easy here.
Especially in Tokyo.
If if you're confident enough in just telling them where to go, it's really, really easy.
Yeah.
Obviously, that's a big if.
Yeah.
I understand it's a tall.
But I think for the most part, if you're in Tokyo, the train system is just so convenient. You probably
Google
very rarely will have to
Don't try to learn the maps. Just use Google Maps.
Yeah.
It's pretty simple.
It routes it out for you.
Follow the
anyone
colors.
who
Follow
says
the
they
pretty
know a better
colors.
route is absolutely lying. Google literally knows the best route. I wish that people would shut up being like, I know the streets better. It's like, no, you don't. Google has every fucking satellite in existence and billions of data. It knows where to go.
To be fair, there has been times where I've looked at Google and I'm like, nah, dude, you're going like the aesthetic route.
Sometimes Google wants to like make your life easier to a point where it's like, listen, it's just quicker if I just walk here.
Yeah.
They're like, no, we were gonna make it so you don't walk. And it's like. Yeah, but generally, if you want to get
you're going to have to change 3 different trains.
If you want to get A to Z, Google will generally tell you the best way, and you can tell it to do fewer changes or more changes.
Yeah,
it's never failed me in Tokyo.
Yeah,
even outside of Tokyo, driving. I use it for driving. I use it. I bought one of those shitty little things on Amazon that you stick on like the air fans.
Oh yeah.
Hold my phone.
Hold your phone.
It's
yeah,
Gucci, man.
Yeah, it's good.
I'm good.
Is there any other places you guys would recommend that are a bit out of the box?
I've never been to Kyushu. What do you think, Joey? Is it good?
Kyushu's great.
Yeah.
I think Kyushu is underrated as hell.
Yeah.
One place I really, really liked in Kyushu was Kumamoto.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The Kumamoto.
Yeah, where ASO is, the volcano, Mount Aso is.
Yeah.
But like, I think Kumamoto is really cool because it's again this like huge like volcanic caldera, but it's also like, it weirdly reminds me a lot of like the kind of like plain, open plain places that I went to a lot in like Australia and like in England and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like Japan.
Right.
And it's so weird, but like it's really, really cool. If you like your like kind of mountainous areas, it's really dope. And also you're really close to like Nagasaki as well, which is a really dope city. Nagasaki is a super cool city that's like very like vintage feel. It has like a very European feel as well because like a lot of like European settlers came in and out of Nagasaki. Yeah, I don't know. Kyushu I think is really underrated. Has some really good food as well.
I've always wanted to go.
Yeah, it's
Hopefully
really
it's
cool.
Yeah, I still haven't been to Kyushu as well.
You can go to Oita as well, which has the other really massive onsen area.
I've heard Oita and
As well.
Beppu.
Yeah, Beppu. Beppu's a really cool onsen place as well. So
Got to fly there. I wouldn't recommend taking the bullet train.
You can take the bullet
It's
train
like
to
10 hours
Hakata,
there,
but it's
right?
like 7 or 8 hours
Oh my
from
God.
Tokyo. So
I didn't know it was that far.
it's very far. I mean, to Hiroshima, it's like 5 hours, right?
And it stops a bunch.
And that's not even in Kyushu. So.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like, I guess one place that I don't really hear people talking about is obviously, like, if you're a wine lover, like me and Sydney are, you can go to the wine capital of Japan, even though, like, wine's not as well known here. But, I mean, we discovered the place because we're not, like, I'm not a big sake fan. You know, I'm not a massive sake fan, but there are plenty of places to try sake in Tokyo and basically anywhere you go into Japan. But if you want to have a little taste of the Japanese wine culture here, because it's not very well talked about, you go to Kyushu Valley. It's in the Yamanashi prefecture, which is like, you can literally make it a day trip if you wanted to. It's like just about like an hour and a half out of Tokyo. You can literally just go on the JR line and go to go to the stops around Kyushu Valley. There is one place I do recommend if you are interested. I believe the building is called Budo no Oka, I think.
Budo no Oka?
Yeah.
Grape Hill.
Yeah, Grape Hill.
It's literally Grape Hill.
I believe that's the place. Because that's the place I've talked about before where you can go in and they have a wine cellar with about 100 different wines. You pay $13 and you can try as many wines as you like. And that's
self-pour.
It's self-pour. They give you a little cup, and you can try as many wines as you like. There's little bowls where you can spit out the wine if you don't like the taste of the wine.
Basically, it's just $13 to get munted on wine.
Yeah, I've done it. I've done it plenty of fucking times. It's a really, really good experience. And then there's a really nice restaurant up there where you can see the entire view of Kyushu Valley, and you can see all the grape farms and all the grapevines.
Yeah.
That's
cool.
That
doesn't look like Japan.
Yeah, it's got such a good fucking view. And me and Sydney go in there for a yearly trip to try out the different wines there that come out every year.
Yeah, you can. I think I drove there in this decent parking.
But if you do like sake, I would recommend Niigata.
Niigata, yes.
Niigata is like the capital of sake and
recently,
like rice fields and stuff. And I went to a similar thing like to the wine
vending
thing,
machines?
except it was all sake for like $20, and you could like taste test. Yeah, the vending machine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's 2 stations that have it.
Yeah. It's basically like all throughout Niigata. It's just like all really, really nice like sake based on. So
Chris
if you like,
dragged me to it.
yeah. So if you like sake, go to Niigata. If you like wine, go to Yamanashi.
But also in the Niigata vending machines, there's also umeshu plum wine.
Oh yeah,
really good.
They do really good.
Because
plum
I
wine,
don't like sake, so I always go to the umeshu, which is like it's like nectar of the gods. It's wonderful. It's just like sugary goodness. Oh, it's so good.
It's very good.
It's so bad for you though. It's like 100% sugar.
Fortunately, umeshu is a bit too sweet for my palate. Otherwise, I probably would like.
I couldn't
like
drink it
more.
straight, but like you mix it
Soda?
with something like
Oh,
soda.
yeah. I mean, Niigata is pretty. I've been there a bunch. It's okay. There's not really much to do there, but the vending machine is sick.
Yeah.
There are ski resorts near it. So in the winter, if you're coming, you
go to
can ski.
Miyoko, which is a really
Very popular.
decent ski resort.
And in Tohoku area in general, no one really goes to, but it's pretty chill. I've been there a ton, obviously with Chris. I'm sure you have as well.
Yeah, I love.
Tohoku's
my
fun.
family's from Tohoku.
Yeah, right. I mean, Sendai's chill.
Yeah, Sendai's dope.
Yamagata's fun.
Iwate is fun
Go
as well.
visit the Abroad in Japan studio, of
Oh
course.
my god! Yeah, go and raid his. I mean, docs Chris is abroad.
Morioka is really fun in Iwate, which is
chill.
above Sendai.
That
one's really fun.
Fukushima, obviously, is fun. We've been there a bunch.
Yeah,
Fukushima. Yeah,
we went drifting in Fukushima.
Yeah, we went drifting there.
A lot of cool areas in the north that doesn't really ever get spoken about as a tourist destination.
Yeah, I think it's because Tohoku is just so big. Like
It's really
a lot
big.
of the biggest, I think Iwate is the second biggest prefecture after Hokkaido.
It's a cool place though. I've had some
Really
really
cool
amazing
place.
food and drink in that area, and it's just kind of nice to go somewhere because, especially if like Kyoto's too touristy for you, definitely Tohoku is not going to have tourists.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And it's a good time.
Way
I've
chill.
always had fun with Chris though.
Yeah, because I mean, like, especially like one of the big things about Kyoto is that it's just like too crowded, and you can get.
It's crowded even now, and I don't.
Is it crowded now?
It's sort of crowded. I mean, I don't know. Some seasons I've been, it's been dead. It depends on the day you go. Obviously, weekdays it's dead.
Yeah.
But on some weekends it's still busy. So I'm like, God forbid, I come here on a like peak tourist season.
Is there like a prefecture or like area of Japan you've always wanted to go to but you haven't been yet?
Kyushu. I always want to go to
Kyushu.
I really still haven't been to and really want to go to Aomori.
Oh, I want to go to
okay.
Aomori
Yeah.
too. Because it's in between Hokkaido and the
Yeah.
like
Sendai.
Morioka.
Yeah.
And I'm just
it's
like, why would I not just go to Hokkaido at that point?
No.
Yeah.
But like Aomori has like really cool, like you can do like apple picking and
Yeah.
stuff.
Apples is what they're famous
Apples
for.
is what they're
Yeah.
famous for.
Eat
Really
your
good
apples.
food, like really nice like winter wonderland place as
Yeah.
well. I've heard it's really fun.
I want to go to Aomori.
What about theme parks? Because
I've never been.
Huh? You've never been?
I'm not huge.
I mean,
into
you've still
theme
been
parks.
to Disneyland, though, haven't
Yeah.
you?
I don't like Disney though. I'm the wrong person to ask.
Yeah, I don't like theme parks either. But USJ is pretty fun in Osaka.
I've been to USJ.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's decent.
You just said you've not been to any theme parks. And you've
I
literally
lied.
You've literally been to like two
Although-
of the
yeah.
biggest
All
ones.
the biggest one, Fuji Q, I haven't been to, so I feel like my opinion doesn't count.
But like,
Yeah.
I mean, Fuji-Q is more like the Six Flags, right? It's the thrill seeking.
I
theme
like
park.
thrill rides, and I was kind of
Yeah.
disappointed by USJ. I thought there was gonna be more thrill rides. I don't know why I thought
I think
that.
you're better off in Fuji-Q.
Yeah, I figured like I'll probably like Fuji Q more.
Fuji-Q
Because I hate thrill rides, and
kind
I
of
went to
pain in the ass to
Fuji-Q and
get
I'm
to.
like, oh, if you love thrill rides, this is the
Yeah,
place.
Seems
you
like
can
a
go,
pain in
you
the
can go
ass to
to a
get to
roller
them.
coaster and have a view of Fuji. How how awesome is that,
Yeah.
right? Like, that's pretty badass.
Yeah.
Where's Thorpe Park with that? What does Thorpe Park have? What the fuck does Thorpe Park have? The car park? Like,
well, Thorpe Park's good. What the fuck are you on about?
it is good. It is good. It just like, how can it, like, you know, I think Fuji. I mean, Fuji is just like one of the best.
Have you
views
been to
can
Fuji?
have.
Have you been to Fuji Q?
I've been outside it, and I've like
well, great.
I've driven past it.
No shitting on Thorpe Park. Hold on, gone.
I'm not shitting on Thorpe Park, but I mean,
we all drove past Fuji Q when we went fucking camping.
No, I am.
did we?
Yeah.
I was fucking asleep. I do remember that, but like it was just a really nice aesthetic area. I don't know. It's just like
It's good, but you know, I mean, come on, snow. It can't be no Thorpe Park.
no Nemesis Inferno. You're gonna say?
It's not on towers, though, is it? It's about on towers is so good. We gotta take you.
I don't like theme parks though.
Yeah. He literally just said he doesn't like theme parks.
I don't like thrill rides or theme parks.
I thought you were just joking.
No, I don't.
Why the fuck would you?
USJ Nintendo Land is the only one I liked. But that's obvious because I'm a Nintendo sim.
Why don't you? Why?
I don't know. I'd rather go fucking to the arcade or watch a movie.